And in business, Transcorp Power PLC listed on the Nigerian exchange yesterday, Monday, and experienced a 10% gain of a remarkable 180 billion naira on the first day of trading, as the share price settled at 264 naira per share, resulting in a valuation of 1.98 trillion naira. Earlier today on our flagship show, Business Nigeria, the managing director CEO of Transcorp Group, Mr. Peter Ikenga, gave more facts behind the figures.
Our mission at Transcorp is improving lives and transforming Africa. And so we've been, the strategic investment we've made at the Ughelli Power Plant through the acquisition of the plant via the divestment by government in 2012 has resulted in us being able to grow the capacity of that plant from a mere 160 at the point of acquisition. Within a span of 4 years, we're able to grow it to over 700 megawatts. And today we see big opportunities within the power sector. And we have huge investment and expansion opportunities that we see. And we think that this is really the time to come to the market to be able to tap in. So we have an installed capacity of 972 megawatts. So the focus for 2024 is fully recover our capacity. We see opportunities for expansion. We see opportunities to play in the renewable energy space. As you rightly noted, we are a member of the West Africa Power Pool, and that allows us the opportunity to play in the West Africa regional market. So we also see opportunity outside the shores of the country. And that forms part of the nucleus of our expansion plans and for the investments that we have within the energy space.
Away from that, the Nigerian Customs Service is intensifying its fight against illegal wildlife trade and trafficking. In a bid to enhance their capabilities, the Customs Service is expanding capacity building initiatives for all its officers and personnel. This development comes as a consortium of international partners, including the United States, pledge support to Nigerian Customs Service. Ifunaya Eze has more.
During an on-site evaluation of the Customs Training College facilities, the Commandant, Comptroller Haniel Hadison, assured international partners that the college is ready to receive their support. He emphasized the importance of their contributions in achieving set objectives for capacity building.
The Comptroller General of Customs so much believe in capacity building. We would like them to come in with, now everything's centered around technology. We will need them to bring in their capability and competency in the use of technology in the fight against these illegal activities, particularly our officers and men. There's need for them to be trained in the usage of drones, particularly at the borders, at the seaports, at the airport, and even within the system, and particularly also ungoverned spaces. In Nigeria, we have a lot of ungoverned spaces. So the use of technology will help Nigerian Customs Service to carry out its function, particularly as it regards to enforcement.
Assistant Comptroller Abimbola Isafiade, in charge of the Nigeria Customs Service Special Wildlife Unit, expressed gratitude for the visit of the collaborators. She highlighted the significance of the upcoming training sessions in equipping officers to combat illegal wildlife trade and trafficking effectively.
In addition to the partnership that we have with the likes of Wildlife Justice Commission, we are partnering now with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. We had a meeting last month where they pledged their support, and here they have come and assess the environment to see what we have, the facilities we have, for them to be able to know what and where to step in terms of capacity building. So the capacity building now is now going to go far and wide. We want to train practically all the men and officers of Nigeria Customs Service. This is what this exercise is come and establish. A needs assessment, and then the next is to begin the training for all officers on understanding what it takes to combat illegal wildlife trade and trafficking.
In a stern warning to perpetrators to cease their illegal activities, officials emphasized that the enhanced training of officers will lead to swifter interceptions and arrest of offenders. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, the stock market has maintained a positive posture for the second day this week, holding up the expectations of gains for many investors. Effiong has more.
If you have bought the shares of the Nigerian Exchange Group, you will take home dividends on your investments. This will happen as the NGX has set aside 1.5 billion naira for the payment of dividends to shareholders. The group, in its 2023 annual report, says it has made a profit after tax of 5.25 billion naira. The amount was higher than 591 million naira of 2022. And going to the trading floor, the stock market closed in green the second day this week. Performance by Transcorp Power and First Bank Holding lifted trades in many sectors. Some big banks also added weight to market performance. The index moved up by 0.35% to underscore the trend of gains. Stocks that dropped their prices included MCN, UBA, African Prudential Insurance, Sterling Bank, and Cadbury. 397 million units of shares valued at 31 billion naira were crossed in the market. Ifyong Eko, TVC News, Lagos.
In other news, Meta platform, Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger went down earlier in the day in what appears to be a huge outage. The platform users found themselves unable to load the apps or website as normal. On Facebook, affected users found they had been logged out and were unable to get on, while Instagram refused to work at all. The warnings about being logged out led to widespread concerns among users that their accounts have been hacked, and a variety of concerns phrases trending on X, formerly known as Twitter. WhatsApp, which also owned by Twitter, appeared to be working as normal. However, the platform services are back online with users sharing experience during the outage. And finally now, crude oil prices fell for the second day in the early hours of Tuesday as pledges by China to transform its economy amid stuttering growth since COVID-19 pandemic failed to impress investors' concerns about slower consumption. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $78.69 with a decline of 0.06%. Brent also experienced an upward margin of 0.07%, selling at $82.86. Bonnie light sells at $86.32, down 1.01%. And for the OPEC basket, crude dealers are offering $82.65 with an upward price margin of 0.78%.